Have you ever wondered how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a question many of us ponder because deep down, we all yearn for love, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn genuine admiration, not just for our external qualities or achievements, but for who we truly are at our core? Imagine every relationship as a journey, and you are the seeker of truth within yourself. You wish to uncover the hidden treasures of your soul and share them with others. But to do that, you need a path, a way to understand, connect, and ultimately love. Today, I will guide you in discovering your true value in relationships based on the timeless teachings of Lord Buddha. These are not mere empty words. They are about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Prepare to illuminate the path to a life filled with love and meaningful relationships built on mutual respect and inner strength. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Understanding your true worth. How does the wisdom of Lord Buddha relate to understanding your value in relationships? Buddha taught that our true essence is not tied to external validation or the opinions of others, but to the purity of our mind and heart. Your self-worth is not about how many people like you or how much attention you receive. It's about recognizing the inherent goodness within yourself. Imagine yourself as a lotus flower. Even if it grows in muddy waters, the lotus remains pure and beautiful. Similarly, your value does not diminish because someone overlooks it. Your worth remains constant, just like the lotus, which is precious and unique. We've all faced rejection or felt inadequate, especially in a world where everyone seems to be thriving. But according to Buddha, true peace and strength come from within. Your value is not determined by external factors, but by how you live your life, how you treat others, and how true you are to your principles. Reflect on your qualities, not just the obvious ones, but the deeper virtues like compassion, kindness, and honesty. In relationships, find strength in your inner value, knowing that your worth is not dependent on others recognizing it. Remember, understanding your worth is a continuous journey, one that evolves over time. It's about waking up every day and affirming that you have value, not because of what others think, but because of the inherent goodness within you. Lesson 2. Present yourself with dignity. In Buddhist teachings, presenting yourself with dignity is not about suppressing emotions or being indifferent. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and what does not. The way you present yourself should reflect your inner values and respect for yourself. Have you ever noticed that we sometimes go to great lengths to impress others, only to lose sight of who we truly are? We change the way we dress, speak, and act, all in hopes of gaining approval. But Lord Buddha's teachings remind us that true dignity comes from being authentic to ourselves. Imagine you are giving a teaching, and you have two approaches. One where you try to impress others with grand gestures and big words, and another where you speak simply and truthfully. Which one do you think leaves a lasting impression? It's often the one that is genuine and comfortable in their own skin. Buddha emphasized living honestly and respecting oneself. In relationships, be true to who you are. If you love simplicity, embrace it. If you have a deep passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about being at ease with who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you are constantly critical of yourself, you are essentially telling others it's okay to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, Value your time, energy, and emotions. You make a statement. I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Remember what Buddha taught. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. In relationships, it's not just about how you appear or what you say. It's about your responses and how you carry yourself in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or with dignity? Are you staying true to yourself, even if it means standing alone? It's not about perfection, but about how you deal with life's challenges. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and continue on your path? Lesson 3. The Art of Non-Verbal Communication. Buddha taught that silence can be more powerful than words. Non-verbal communication is not about being hard to approach or aloof. It's about respecting yourself and understanding your worth. In relationships, there's often a rush to share everything: our time, our space, our deepest emotions. But Buddha would suggest taking a step back, reflecting on the value of restraint. When something is always available, it loses its specialness. It's the same with our presence in relationships. Setting boundaries gracefully is an essential part of maintaining your dignity and self-respect. It's about dressing modestly, not just in attire, but in demeanor, showing that there is more to you than meets the eye. It's about managing your time and energy wisely, understanding that not everyone deserves your immediate attention. Buddha's teachings also emphasize emotional self-mastery. This doesn't mean being cold or detached, but rather maintaining a balanced perspective. It's about not letting minor things disturb your inner peace. Your emotional energy is precious, and it should be given to those who truly value it. This approach is not about being distant or unfeeling, but about building connections that are meaningful and lasting. It's about forming relationships that go beyond instant gratification, creating bonds that have depth and endurance. Setting limits is not about controlling situations or playing games. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about showing, through your actions, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. Lesson 4. Be ready to let go. One of Buddha's most powerful teachings is about letting go, not in a harsh or uncaring way, but in understanding what we can control and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that does not align with our well-being. We've all been there, staying in a situation where we know we deserve better, whether it's out of fear of loneliness, fear of change, or simply holding on to hope. But Buddha teaches us that true strength comes from understanding when to let go. It's about having the inner courage to say, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. This doesn't mean giving up at the first sign of trouble. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. But it's crucial to know your self-worth and principles so deeply that when something fundamentally contradicts them, you are ready to move on. Being ready to let go is about respecting yourself. It means standing firm in your beliefs and understanding your value. It can be a quiet decision, a peaceful realization that this isn't the right path for you. Yes, it can be scary. The unknown is always intimidating, but Buddha taught us to face life's uncertainties with courage and wisdom. When you let go of what doesn't serve you, you make space for what does. It's like clearing away the old to make room for the new. It's about having faith that better things await you and giving yourself the chance to discover them. Letting go isn't about being distant or uncaring. It's about loving and caring for yourself enough to say, I deserve better. It's about embodying the teachings of Buddha when challenges arise, understanding that your value is not dependent on anyone or anything else. Lesson 5. Setting boundaries with compassion. Buddha emphasized the importance of actions over words. It's easy to talk about boundaries, but it's far more impactful to show them through your actions. Consider this. It's one thing to say, "I won't accept mistreatment." But the real test comes when you encounter such behavior. Will you uphold your boundary, or will you compromise? True strength lies not in words, but in actions. It can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved, but Buddha taught us that we have the power to choose our responses to situations. If someone crosses a boundary, it's your response that sets and enforces that boundary, not just your words. Imagine a situation where honesty is a core value for you and someone lies to you. How you respond in that moment shows how serious you are about your boundaries. Whether you choose to calmly address the issue or step back, your actions demonstrate your commitment to your values. This approach can make a real difference in relationships. When others see that you have clear boundaries and are willing to enforce them, they gain a better understanding of what you will and will not accept. It's about nurturing self-respect and staying committed to it. It's not just the big moments that count, but also the everyday ones. How do you react when plans change unexpectedly, or when someone doesn't value your time? Do you brush it off, or do you calmly express through your actions that such behavior is not acceptable? This is where mindful awareness comes into play, paying attention to the present moment and how you respond to it. Are your actions aligned with your boundaries? Are you being true to yourself? Let's strive to embody Buddha's teachings in our daily interactions. It's not about being rigid or inflexible, but about having an inner guide that shapes how we act and respond. And trust me, when you adopt this approach, people take notice. They begin to see your inner strength, the peace that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. It's not about being unapproachable, it's about being someone who commands respect through their actions, someone who doesn't just talk about boundaries, but lives by them. Conclusion. To sum it up, the teachings of Lord Buddha guide us in understanding our self-worth and maintaining it in our relationships. They teach us to present ourselves with dignity, communicate non-verbally, set compassionate boundaries, and let go when necessary. By embracing these lessons, we not only enhance our relationships, but also foster a deeper connection with ourselves, leading to a life filled with inner peace and meaningful connections. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this message meaningful, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone you love. Let's continue to climb higher and aspire for greatness together.